Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Climate Governance Malaysia CGM Global Summit 2025. Today's summit runs from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., featuring 11 global climate thought leaders in 45-minute conversation each. A rare chance for us to deep dive into most pressing challenges and solutions in climate governance and sustainable businesses. A few quick notes before we begin. Our session will be recorded and will be made available on CGM YouTube channel. You may turn on closed captioning at any time by clicking the CC button at the bottom of your screen. If you have any question for our speakers, please use the Q&A function and our moderators will address them if time permits. At the end of each dialogue, a short survey will appear and we would be grateful for your feedback. We encourage you to stay with us throughout the day as this is a unique chance to hear directly from leading voices shaping climate and sustainability debates around the world. With that, it is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Gary Theseira, the Chair of CGM Council, to deliver the opening remarks and set the stage for today's discussion. Over to you, Dr. Gary.
Thank you very much, Jia Chen, for that warm introduction. A very good morning, everyone, and welcome to CGM's Global Summit 2025. As Jia Chen mentioned earlier, over the course of the next 11 hours, we will hear from some of the most eminent newsmakers and experts on the issues surrounding our current situation with respect to governance and with respect to the climate. We entered 2025 with a great deal of new information that's been provided to us that we should be taking into account in our decision-making and our governance processes. One of the interesting things that has happened, of course, is our geopolitical situation globally. We continue to have, even as we have improved information on climate and improved data on which to base our decisions, voices that still deny that climate is a problem. On the other hand, we have unprecedented information now that shows not only that we are breaching climate boundaries, but we also have breached the ocean acidification boundary in 2025. Allow me to share another aspect of this latest development. If you can see the slide on the screen, the causes for drought between 1948 and 1999 in the western part of the United States, of course, the West Coast, the Rockies, and then into the upper Midwest plains. Between 1948 and 1999, the primary cause of droughts was actually a lack of rainfall. What has changed that NOAA has found out is that between 2000 and 2022, drought has increasingly been driven by heat. In other words, heat is causing excessive evaporation faster than precipitation, rainfall, snowfall, and other sources of water are replenishing these supplies. If we look at the situation in Southeast Asia, we'll find that it's equally dire. If I share this next slide, yes, if you see this next slide, what you'll see is that if we apply that to Asia, we are setting ourselves up for a dire problem because although we are not in an El Nino year, we are finding that Asia's warming between 1991 and 2024 is almost double that of the 1961 to 1990, which means that we might find ourselves in a situation where drought is driven not so much by a lack of rainfall, but actually by higher temperatures. And what makes it worse is that if you look at higher elevations, if you think about what you saw in the Rockies, that there are parts of Asia where at high elevations, we know that water evaporates much more quickly because of the rarefied atmosphere. And this pertains to a lot of the snow-fed and rivers in Southeast Asia that will be supplying a lot of the food that we receive. So we are looking forward to hearing from our relevant experts on all the various issues that could impact us here in Malaysia as well as the world, but also some of the solutions that we could apply to reduce the impacts of climate change. We're very, very grateful, of course, to our sponsors, the IMB and Westports, as well as our partners. And do stay with us. Even if you have to leave for a short while, try to come back, because for the next 11 hours, we will be providing access to some of the most amazing minds in this area from all over the world. And we hope that you will join us and benefit from their presence. With that, I thank you very, very much. And I'd like to pass it back to Jia Tian.